Greetings everyone, this is Vakar Corvi from TFT Perspective, and today we are going to discuss the sanctions imposed on Pakistan's missile program, especially those entities in public sector and private sector which are doing the research and development. This includes the National Development Complex, Akhtar and Sons Private Limited, Affiliates International, and Rockside Enterprise. So these were some of the vendors which were helping the NDC, or National Development Complex, in research and development on a missile. Now, Pakistan's missile nuclear program is totally defensive, and we know it that, and the world knows it, that was the result of basically Indian missile and nuclear program development. Pakistan started this nuclear program almost uh, uh, as a reaction of India's nuclear explosions experiments in Pokhara in 1974, and then quickly it catched up, and now it said that it is at par with India because it was a matter of survival. We remember a famous quote by then Prime Minister Zulfikar Bhutto that Pakistan will eat grass to grow balm, and there have been a lot of written things written about. So this is the resolve since 60s, and later on developed by I think initiated by Zulfikar Bhutto and then Dr. Qadir Khan and successive governments in Pakistan, and we had a bipartisan consensus that's basically for sovereignty of Pakistan, and there will be no compromise. Parallel to that was the missile program, and Pakistan has a series of liquid fuel and solid fuel missile systems, which are state of the art, especially the Shine series, which has been targeted, especially Shine 3, now with a range of almost 2,750 kilometers. And there's talk of further, let's say, development of missile like Timur missile with a range of 7,000 kilometers, which becomes intercontinental ballistic missile. But that may be, I think, still in the R&D stage. Now, main thing is that why these sanctions at this time, and what is the kind of threat US or its allies have felt, has looked quite, I think, absurd. If you look at the region surrounding Pakistan, Pakistan is surrounded by giants in terms of demographic, geographic, and military size, like India, with the budget of $85 billion, a huge missile and nuclear program, and with the largest importer of weapons and equipment, as per CIPRI's report or all the reports published. And there's no, question on that these are also weapons of mass destruction, because this Executive Order 13382, which initially I think was an improvement over the previous order, came up in 2005 when George Bush the Jr. was the president, and it was imposed on certain countries. And this is the kind of control regime they have against weapons of mass destruction. When it is applied, then it also affects the businesses, the properties, and the movement of those entities or person involved with it. So it means that basically they're trying to discourage these entities and R&D companies in Pakistan to do business. Just to remind that Pakistan's, especially missile and nuclear program, is indigenous. Maybe there is some, I think, collaboration with friends where we do joint R&D, but mainly it's indigenous, and I don't think so there'll be any physical impact. Yes, there could be a word of caution for them, but I don't know. Suddenly, 20 days before Trump's inauguration, how come Biden administration felt that they should throw the spanner in US-Pak relations? We also want to remind the US embassy here and their honorable ambassador and consulate generals in Lahore and Karachi. They've done a wonderful job in last, I think, 3-4 years. Made a lot of effort to develop US soft power as well as engage with civil society. This one act has actually, I think, put a spanner in US-Pakistan relations, and the good image I think they were trying to build has been washed away because this is considered as a hostile action. Now, there's also a discourse in the media that this was probably on the behest of the Zionist lobby within Israel, and because especially Shine 3 system does cover Israel and I think right up to middle of Mediterranean. In case Pakistan developing further missiles, so generally it covers entire Europe and maybe North America later on, but Pakistan is not claiming that there's any such thing which is coming up. Why? Because initially, I think if you look at strategic threat reduction of Israel, definitely backed up by USA, there was a concept that inner periphery should be neutralized, and we've seen Camp David, let's say Egypt, being made a friend, Definitely, Jordan has been a friend, and then one utilization of Syria and Lebanon. So this was the initial, I would say, closer periphery. Then comes the outer periphery, immediate outer periphery, which includes Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and maybe some of the African countries. Their important countries were also, I would say, taken into confidence. And then we see the extreme outer periphery, which includes Pakistan, a part of Africa, and then the Far East, from where they perceive that probably Pakistan is the main threat. Although Pakistan has never directly threatened Israel, the only thing is that when there were atrocities against Gaza, there was a lot of discussion in the media, protests, and Pakistan government political leadership had shown stance that this was not only condemned but also should be stopped, the genocide. So maybe now this policy and this also, I think, policy of neutralization of periphery resulted in Abraham Accord. Later on, we found that everything went 180 degree in another direction, and then we found basically destruction of the immediate periphery, excluding Egypt. We have seen them attacking Hezbollah within Palestine, as Hamas in Gaza, and then West Bank, and then we have attacks on Syria, any let's say military capability, and then of course part of Lebanon, south of Litani River, so, and including Beirut. So it means that there is an attempt now to, instead of going for peace with the neighbors, destruction of neighbors from wherever there is a threat coming. There is also talk of now targeting Iran. Iran is also perturbed because after their exit from Syria, the I think Zionist lobby is emboldened, backed up by U.S. A lot of U.S. senators and congressmen are calling for strike on Iran. And then comes the outer periphery of Pakistan, and somehow they feel that they have now the leverage to expand, let's say, Israel's security parameter by degrading the Muslim country lying in the outer periphery. So this could be one reason. The other is, of course, lobbies which are arrayed against Pakistan, especially in North America and Europe, which are doing, I would say, that throwing daily garbage like Goldsmiths, and then one of our own political parties, unfortunately PTI, where social media has been hijacked and is being operated remotely by Gibran Lias Network. And then there are few jokers, I call them digital vultures, who take dollars and then bluff the PTI youth. And they claim that they have support of entire diaspora, which is not the case. Pakistani diaspora is almost 10 million, and bulk of it resides in Middle East. Then, of course, definitely we have a huge diaspora in UK, basically Kashmiri Pakistani origin, which are definitely loyal to Pakistan. Then, of course, Europe, Southeast Asia, even Korean Peninsula, and then, of course, North America, Canada, US. But here we have a group which claims that they probably represent the entire diaspora. So I've found them to be clapping, rejoicing that probably they've been able to achieve their objectives. I don't know how much was lobbying by these PTI jackals and vultures in North America, but mainly I think it was decision by the United States administration itself. Then there was, of course, coincided with tweets coming from some of their senators, some of the appointees of Trump administration. Zalmay Khalilzad, who is sworn enemy number one, I would say, in America, and a dubious character who actually destroyed Afghanistan and also responsible for destruction of Iraq as an advisor. He was also joining the chorus. So all told, I think this chorus of disinformation against Pakistan is being led by some of these digital vultures, the Zionist lobby, and India. And Pakistan is very clear. Whether it is a common Pakistani on the streets selling vegetables or ice cream, or the top political military leadership, that this program is indigenous, this program is meant for sovereignty of Pakistan, and there will be no compromise. Maybe like Iran, where there were a lot of sanction, and then they came up with, I think, creative ideas and developed one of the best missile systems and air defense system. Pakistan probably will go the same path and have better R&D and work without any support. We never had support from the West as far as our missile and nuclear programs are concerned. So all told, I think this sanction is going to boomerang on US face, especially when they are looking for allies. They are highly isolated. We have seen what has happened to Germany The government is gone. There's a lot of pressure in France. There's a lot of talk within NATO members that U.S. high-handedness in Ukraine has actually resulted into destruction of economy of Europe. And on the other side, in West Asia, Israel is going for wars, trying to affect the waterway like Red Sea, Strait of Hormuz, or Mediterranean. And already we have seen, I think today morning there was a report that some of the military ships, some people say aircraft carrier, were hit by Houthis, and then there was attack on Houthis in last 48 hours from Israel. So basically, they are putting the entire region on fire just to please, let's say, some of the Zionist lobby, not all the Jews, but Zionist lobby in Israel. So unfortunately, in case President Trump also follows the same trajectory, good luck. But Pakistan's, I think, defense program related to missile and nuclear capability would continue growing. We'd like you to comment on this vlog, put your suggestions, and also subscribe. Thank you very much.